Alan's mother is waiting for him in the lobby.
What's going on, Helen?
Your mother is in the hotel lobby.
Hand the phone over to me. Can you please ask her to leave? I don't want to see her.
Are you sure? Okay.
Yes, I'm sure. What kind of crazy mother shows up at her son's honeymoon venue? Can't be my real mother.
Trouble Busters!
My name is Helen and I work in the sales department of an insurance company.
This is so cool! You're the top 3 salespeople of our company once again! Great job, Helen!
Thank you, Joe. I love my job and I love working in sales. As you can see, I have a positive outlook on life. And luckily, I've been doing really well. I'm always one of the top salespeople at our company. I also have a great husband whose name is Alan. I love him so much. There's just one person bugging me, though. My mother-in-law. Oh no, she's here again. I'm home.
Helen, how was your day?
It was good. Alan, try some of this meat. It's delicious. This all looks amazing. Yes, you should try it. I wanted to make my son a nice meal.
Thanks, Mom. Now that Helen's home, let's enjoy this dinner together.
Yes, all right. Will Helen be long? I know how she likes to prioritize work over family. That's not true. They're both important to me, but if I had to choose, I'd choose Alan. Alan makes enough money on his own. Why do you have to go and work full-time as well? I just don't understand. I'm sorry to keep you both waiting. I'm ready to sit down for dinner now.
Yay! Now we can enjoy this nice meal together.
It bothers me that Helen makes more money than you, Alan. If you ever get sick of Helen, I'd be fine with you getting a divorce. I want you to be happy. Can we start eating? I'm starving. Okay, fine, let's eat. As you can see, Alan's mother detests me. She doesn't understand why I would choose to have a busy career versus being a housewife that takes good care of her husband. I'm so full.
Yes, I'm stuffed. Thanks for preparing this. It was great.
Yes, it was delicious. Thank you very much. Let me cut up some apple slices for dessert. Please allow me to do that. That's all right, Helen. I can do it. I know how busy you are with work. You must be very tired. I'm not tired. Thank you for your concern, though. It's really no problem. I don't understand why you make Alan do half the chores, though. Isn't that your job as his wife?
Mom, please don't criticize Helen. This works well for us. Times are changing. It's not a woman's job to do all the chores by herself.
You're too nice to her, Alan. It's okay to rely on her for these things. You're a busy man yourself.
It's not about being nice. This is a rule that we created together.
Doesn't it bother you that she comes home later than you each night? I work in sales and I need to have meetings at times that work well for my clients. But there are times that I come home earlier than Alan. I'm a dedicated housewife, and I sacrificed my career to take care of my family. You should do the same. Alan's mother was being ridiculous. We lived in different times. I made sure that there was a hot meal on the table every night when my husband came home from work. I never asked him for any help with household chores. She's making it seem like she could have had a career, but I bet that's not even true. She doesn't even have a job, so it's kind of a given that she takes care of the house. We're so different. It was hard for me to get along with Alan's mother because we viewed things so differently. Alan's fine about me having a career. I don't know why his mother makes such a big deal out about it. Ugh, I'm so tired. When is she going to leave me alone and let me live my life the way I want to?
I'm so sorry about this, Helen. You don't deserve to be bullied by my mother like that. I keep on asking her to stop, but she can't seem to.
I wonder if she'd be nicer to me after we have children.
I'm not so sure about that. My mom can be pretty stubborn.
I'm upset that I'm having so much trouble conceiving.
You don't need to be sad about that. It'll happen when it happens. We can stop the fertility treatments if they're stressing you out. I'm mad at myself for not being able to control my mother better.
Well, we'll get through this together. I'm happy to be married to you, Alan.
You too. I'm so looking forward to our honeymoon next month.
Same here. I can't wait.
I've been playing this for so long and we finally get to go. Yay!
Where do you want to go, though? We still haven't decided.
That's the hardest part.
How about we go to more than one destination?
That's a great idea. Let's do that. Now we need to decide on which hotels to stay at.
Alan and I were having a lot of fun planning our honeymoon together. We've been married for a half a year already, but it took us this long to plan our honeymoon because we've both been so busy. The first 6 months have been difficult in terms of dealing with Alan's mother. For example, she went out and bought some furniture for our apartment without our permission. The furniture totally clashes with the style of our apartment. You don't seem to understand what having a tasteful living room looks like.
Mom, let us decide what works best for our apartment.
What are you doing? Stop nagging me, Helen. I was checking to make sure that you weren't stealing any money from Alan. There's no need for that. Alan and I talk about our finances and are in complete agreement. I'm his mother. I'm allowed to take a look if I want to. Alan's mother had no boundaries and it was very aggravating. I had to look at the lingerie in your drawer and... Why in the world would you do such a thing? You're invading my privacy. Why is everything so dull? You need to spice it up a bit. That's why you and Alan are still childless. Please don't do this. You're making me very uncomfortable. There were times when I thought about Alan's mother before going to bed and I would end up having nightmares about her. The day of our honeymoon finally arrived. It started off great, and Alan and I were enjoying ourselves. One night at the hotel, we were getting ready for bed after a busy day. I received a phone call from the front desk of the hotel. What? Are you sure? Yes, Alan's mother is waiting for him in the lobby. I don't believe this!
What's going on, Helen?
Your mother is in the hotel lobby.
No way! She wouldn't!
What should we do?
Hand the phone over to me. This is Alan speaking. You said that my mother's in the lobby? Could you please ask her to leave? I don't want to see her.
Really? Are you sure? Okay.
Yes, I'm sure. It can't be my real mother.
Oh, okay.
What kind of crazy mother shows up at her son's honeymoon venue?
I'll let the woman know that you're unavailable. Are you sure about this, Alan?
Yes, my mother has gone too far this time. She shouldn't be bothering us on our honeymoon.
The thing that bothers me the most is that I keep on thinking, how long has she been following us?
I hadn't thought of that.
It's creepy. Oh no.
Whoa! What's happening, Helen?
Take a look at this photo!
What the hell?
As you can see, my mother-in-law was insane. She'd been following us around while we were enjoying our honeymoon.
Why in the world would she do such a thing? And how did she know where we were gonna be?
You didn't tell her, did you?
No, I didn't. How about you?
Of course not.
Then how did she find out? Ah!
When I answered the call, the receptionist told us that Alan's mother was insisting that she should see Alan. I was mad at her for ruining our honeymoon, but we couldn't continue to ignore her any longer. What was she thinking? She needed to let Alan go. He was an adult, and he was married to me. I won't forgive her. Troublebusters. Tell me which room my son is staying in. Our guest, who may be your son, has said that his mother wouldn't come to see him while he was on his honeymoon and asked not to be disturbed. My son wouldn't say that. He would want to see me if he knew I was here. He's such a sweet boy. My ex-husband cheated on me and left me, and my son was the one that helped me get over it.
Mommy, don't cry. Cheer up. I'm by your side. When I'm older, I'll marry you.
You see? He's kind like that. Now tell me which room he's staying in. If you can't do that, ask him to come down to the lobby.
Mom, what the hell are you doing here?
Alan, how nice to see you. You're so sweet. I knew you'd come down to see me.
Mom, you're inconveniencing the people working here as well as us.
What do you mean by that?
Could you please leave us alone? We're on our honeymoon. We want to be alone.
What?
You heard me.
I don't believe you. I'm sure that Helen asked you to say that to me. You wouldn't be so cold to me, I'm sure of it.
I try to be nice, but in this case, you've gone too far.
We'll be home in 2 days, so could you please wait for our return at home? I'm not leaving without Alan. Why in the world not? You brainwashed my son, I know it. He wasn't like this before. I want my son back.
Helen didn't do a thing, Mom. This is all me.
To be honest, I don't approve of Helen. Why would she prioritize her career over her husband? It just doesn't make any sense to me. And she uses work as an excuse not to get the household chores done. Alan and I have agreed to do the household chores together and support each other's careers. There's nothing wrong with that.
That's right, Mom. This is between Helen and I. You don't get a say in this. How many times do I have to ask you to stop pestering Helen?
I firmly believe that it's a woman's job to take care of her husband. Alan makes enough money for the both of you, so why is there a need for Helen to continue working? Don't you know that the cost of living has gone up considerably, and it's better for Alan and I to both have jobs? If something were to happen to one of us, the other could fill in if we both have jobs. And I feel more secure if we both make money and save up as much as we can for the future. Yes, whatever. Say what you want. You don't want to quit your job because you're having an affair with someone at your office. That's absurd. Why would I cheat on Alan? We just got married and I love him very much.
Mom, you're being very rude to Helen. You owe her an apology.
Alan, don't let Helen fool you. Your father did the same to me. He cheated on me with someone like Helen. There's another reason why I hate women with careers. I just don't trust them. Helen comes home late because she spends her time with her lover after work. I just know it. And I bet it's not just one man. She probably has affairs with her colleagues, bosses, and clients. Helen's just like the hideous woman that stole your father away from me. If she really loved you, she'd take better care of you in your home. And it's not as easy as it sounds. You can't have a career and also take care of the house. It also bothers me that you make more than Alan. Think about how that makes him feel. Alan, you should divorce Helen and marry someone that actually respects and values you. You're delusional. You have no right to depict me as a monster.
I agree. You're being insane and unnecessarily cruel to Helen.
Alan, she's fooling you. My heart says so. I respect and love Alan from the bottom of my heart. Well, I know that you're not dumb enough to admit your affairs in front of Alan, but I'm right about this. You have no idea what you're talking about. Just admit you're having an affair, look down on housewives, and have no respect for Alan. I will do no such thing. There's no truth in that. You're not even able to produce offspring. You're good for nothing.
Mom!
How dare you? You're wasting your money on the fertility treatments. If you were a good wife to Alan, you'd be able to conceive a baby naturally. Or are you personally trying to not get pregnant so you can continue your affairs with multiple men? Why do you hate me so much?
Helen!
See, she ran away because she's guilty. She's probably going to call one of her lovers now. Yay, I saved Alan from that horrible woman. Alan, how about we go up to your room now? I'm tired.
Get away from me, Mom! You make me sick!
What? Alan?
I put up with you all these years because you are my mother, but not anymore! Helen is my family now, and I'm gonna protect her from you!
Why are you mad at me?
I have every reason to be furious with you, and you ruined our honeymoon! You really hurt Helen by pointing out the fact that we're having trouble conceiving, and it didn't help that you made it sound like there was something wrong with her. You're despicable!
I was only being honest. I mean, Helen is the reason she's not able to get pregnant, right?
That doesn't matter! You had no right to criticize Helen like that. If you're so eager to stay at this hotel, you can have our room. We're leaving. Once we get back, you're no longer welcome at our house, and I never want to see you again.
Alan, don't say that.
I'm cutting you out of my life. I should have done this sooner.
Alan, wait. Where are you going? I'm your mother. You're joking about cutting me out of your life, right? Let's talk about this. Alan! Alan came and found me and explained to me what he was going to do about his mother. He'd come up with a plan to kick his mother out of our lives permanently. We first rented out another apartment so that his mother couldn't bother us anymore. Alan's mother came to our house every day to try to talk to us, but we waited for the right moment when she was gone and moved out of the house. She called us constantly, but neither of us picked up her calls. I also received text messages from her apologizing to me. Helen, I'm so sorry for hurting your feelings. Please forgive me. Could you please get Alan to talk to me again? He's mad at me and won't stop ignoring me. I won't criticize you anymore, so could you please convince Alan to forgive me? I can't live without him in my life, please. I was fed up with her calls and messages, but I knew that I only had to endure them a little longer.
I'd like to report a black van that's been parked in front of our house recently. It looks very suspicious.
Where in the world is Alan and Helen? I bet it was Helen's idea to hide from me. I hate her so much. I'm not going to give up. I'm going to come here every day until I catch them coming home. Excuse me, may we speak to you? Yes, what is it? As you can see, we're police officers. Why would you want to speak with me, though? We've gotten complaints that your van is suspicious, and they asked us to check it out. May we check inside your van to make sure that there are no hazardous items? You can, but I don't possess anything dangerous. You do seem a little suspicious if you ask me. Okay, we'll check your van, and if there are no issues, we'll leave you alone. I don't think it's necessary for you to go through all that trouble, but okay. This is our job, so it'll only take a minute. By the way, what kind of music are you listening to? Nothing. I use the headphones to drown out the noise around me. Oh, okay. Well, we need to make sure that you take the headphones off while you're driving. What are you doing on this street anyway? Are you waiting for someone? Why all the questions? I didn't do anything wrong. Why is that machine on your back seat? And why did you hide it under a blanket? Oh, it's nothing. Could you please leave me alone now? We will as soon as we finish checking your van. Make it quick, I'm busy. And the inside of my van is getting cold because the door's been open for a while now. If you're cold, why don't you use the blanket on top of that machine? The blanket is dusty, I don't want to use it. Why is it dusty? I left it in my van for too long without washing it. I see. Are you going to be long? No. Get on with it then, please. I don't appreciate you going through my personal belongings, though. Well, we're only doing our job. Fine, but please hurry. Okay. Well, don't just stand there. My name is Teresa, and I'm going to look inside your van. Please take the blanket off the machine. I don't want to. Why not? Ugh, you're totally annoying. Do you know that? Let's see here. This is a... What the hell are you doing? Whoa, this is a bugging device. So what if it is? You had no right to do that. I'm innocent. Look, it was an accident. My hand happened to touch the blanket and it slid down, okay? I know that it wasn't an accident. We have some questions that we have to ask you, so could you please come down to the space? Yes, follow me. I'm not coming with you. Why not? I didn't do anything, so I don't need to go. And I know that you're just gonna ask me all these questions and take up my time. If you cooperate, it won't be long. But if you don't, you can end up being with us the whole day. It's up to you. Ugh. Alan's mother ended up going down to the police station against her will. After being questioned, it became clear that Alan's mother had bugged our house, and so she was arrested. I only did it because I was worried about my son and I wanted to look after him. You went into your son's house uninvited to set up a bugging device. That's a crime. Do you know that? It's my son's house, and as his mother, I'm allowed to go into his house even when he's not home. Your son didn't give you permission to do that, so it's a crime. You're right, Alan. Your mother did get arrested. Wow.
Well, she committed a crime, so she saw that coming. I didn't give her any permission to come into our house and bug it. She was charged for trespassing on our property. She won't be penalized too heavily because this is her first time getting arrested and she's my mother, and I hope that this taught her a big lesson. I did obtain a restraining order against her, though. She's not allowed to come see us or contact us.
Yes, the restraining order makes me feel better about the whole situation with your mother. I'm sorry that things became so ugly, though.
Yes, me too. I wanted all of us to get along, but she made it impossible for us.
That she did. Alan's mother stopped harassing us after her arrest. She didn't want to get a criminal record by upsetting us. With Alan's mother out of our lives, I didn't have anything to stress about anymore. My fertility treatments worked and I was finally pregnant. We were expecting a baby boy and Alan and I are thrilled.
I feel him kicking! It's amazing!
We were polite enough to let Alan's mother know about her grandson, but we weren't ready to let her meet him in person just yet. I can't wait to meet my grandson. I'm so excited. And I miss Alan so much. Alan's mother is too attached to her son, and her love for him is too strong sometimes it ends up hurting other people. She needs to learn to control her emotions and be a reasonable person. Troublebusters.